adjusted here just a little bit better for you guys. All right, watch this for a moment because we have quite the large object. Tear off all that plasma, this black round object right there, and you can see it. You can see it better on this side actually, and you can see the plasma spread around a spherical object. That's like a plasma conduit, and then the damage ring. That ring is like a damage ring of plasma that's going across the surface of a round spheroid object right there. You can actually see the little moon that's accompanying it right below it when it comes out. So there it is, and there's this little moon. So we'll go through this frame by frame and everything. So let me get situated here. I was not totally prepared here, so let's just kind of bear with me as we kind of go through this. So yeah, I'm just going to let that play for a second, and sometimes it helps to speed it up. So I'm going to speed it up, and it helps. Let's go a little darker when that thing goes by. There we go. Can you see how perfectly round it is, and how the damage ring spreads around it or goes across it as it goes by? Good to see everybody this evening in the chat. Howdy, welcome back and everything. Sorry I'm not doing usual intros and everything. I don't have my full setup, but at least we can kind of do a solar report here. And this is concerning because that's a big object right there. And it ripped a bunch of the plasma away. Look how much plasma. This whole bright area right here gets torn away. So I'm going to let that play for a minute so you can see this big round black object surrounded by plasma with a couple of moons trailing with it. Alright, now I'm going to slow it down now that you've probably seen it a little bit. And what we should do is start zooming in on this red side while looks like it's picking it up pretty well. And there are 3 blasts. This is today's activity. Boom. Hopefully most of you guys can see this. Most of my people have been here now, understand how this works, but look at the size of that one right there. And you can see the plasma going all the way around it. It's fully encompassed it. Let me do it one more time. And that's like a shock wave spreading across and around the whole object. Leaves almost kind of like a face type looking thing on the surface of the planet. You can actually see the plasma still. You can actually see the surface of it still glowing after it rips away from the plasma. Look at the surface of the planet still glowing there. So that's quite an event. I'm kind of at a loss of words. There's 3 events really, but this is the main one that's really dominant right there. Okay, here. So one more time. You know what I need to do is freeze frame it. Actually, we gotta zoom out. Sorry, my bad. So let's go through this real quick while we have this level. This is the first eruption, bam, with our big object and its moon. Then there's a secondary eruption right here with another moon that was trailing that one. And then, boom, here's another big object right there coming out. But what a capture we got right here. And you can see the little moon that was trailing with it. and then something else. Okay, so this is September 7th, 2023. This is today. This was today's activity, all right? And quite disturbing what we're seeing around our sun and what's happening. And hang on. All right. Then that was today's, and this is the 7th. So this is energy. This is stuff that will arrive on the 10th. And September 10th is a very important date for me. This is September 10th will be the 6-year anniversary of when all this started happening to me. So this energy will be hitting, this object will be buzzing the earth on September 10th. So how prophetic, huh? And last time when this first happened on September 10th of 2017, wow, there's a lot going on in there. I was a little shook when it happened. Wow, what a display that one is. Whew. I don't even know how to begin on going through this one. I think the red side's doing better than the black side. So now this is today, the 7th. Let me take you real quick back to the 5th, because this is what's due to hit us tomorrow, right? It takes 3 days to get here, and it's remember that one? Remember the one with the eye in it? Let me see if we can freeze frame it again. All right. Remember this one? This is on the 5th. This is due to buzz the earth on tomorrow. Okay? So, I wouldn't be surprised if you see an eye type structure in the clouds, because I have noticed things that have been coming off the sun show up in the clouds. So, don't be surprised if you see a big eye in the sky watching you tomorrow. Let's see. That's due on the 8th. All right, so I just had to do that real quick. Now let's go back to this one. We'll pick this one apart. Let's get the opening frame. There we go. All right, so there's our opening frame, 024. Okay, let's see if I can get just a bit more of that. All right, there we go. So as we proceed forward, you see our event happening. This spike has reached, always kind of points at them as they come in. So it's pointing at them, it's flaring up as this object is inbound and is about to react with the sun. See it get larger. Now, at this point, this is like a shock wave that's going across a bigger sphere. It's called the damage ring. Okay, here's our plasma conduit already connecting from the sun to this object. See, our plasma conduit is connecting right to the surface of it. Yeah, the black and white side doesn't do it justice. This red side turned out really good this time. And you can still see this is where it was hitting the surface. Here's the back side of the object. Boom, you see the plasma streaking off of it. Let's zoom in on this frame here real quick. Can you see like these little lightning streaks of plasma reaching out and latching onto the back side of this object right here? That's a huge one. And here's this where it was making direct contact with the surface, okay? Still kind of glowing. Alright, now let's back out of this. Good enough. Let me slide this just a tad more. Thanks for bearing with me, you guys, here. All right, so there goes that object, just streaking by the sun, interacts with it, causes that big spike. Here's a trailing moon. All right. Maybe we'll go over to the black and white side just a little bit more. Let's see if we can slide this over. All right. Let's just kind of put this back into motion. All right, this one, I don't know if it'll work doing it live or on the replay, but if you speed it up a little bit, now watch over here on the red, watch as it approaches and passes by and takes all that plasma with it. So this one sped up a little bit. Now you can see it a little bit better. And there were other things that were trailing along with it. So all this energy will be hitting us around the 10th, which will be the 6-year anniversary for all this. And let me take you back 6 years ago to the 10th. Okay, this is where it all started for me, and maybe I'll just see if I can play this video for you guys real quick here. Oh, note, this is September 10th of 2017. This is 13 days before the Revelation 12 star alignment, okay? This is the dragon of Revelation 12. It happened before the woman, 13 days before the woman. So let's see if we can get this to play. No.
Here's our object right here. This looks like Nibiru. It's got a wing coming off on this side and a wing coming off on that side. And that's not all, because behind that is this big object right here. This is what's causing our flares. Here's a conduit of plasma that is sucking off of our sun, going into this planet. Here's a damage ring or an impact zone on this planet right here. You can see Nibiru sticking out in front of it here. Run this backwards. You can see it goes backwards. There's the second flare. Back behind the sun, comes back out. There's the first flare.
Okay, these series of 3 flares, this was 3X flares back then, and this started on September 6th through September 10th, and that's the same time frame we're in right now, 6 years later.
Flare. So the mass of that object is sucking material off of our sun, causing these solar flares. Boom, right there. Goes back behind the sun. Comes back out. Second flare.
See, there was another planetary object. This is the third.
Flare. So there's your wake-up call.
Alright, so hopefully you can see this little cone of plasma that's sucking off the sun into this. It hits it and spreads out and creates a damage ring. Well, this damage ring spreads out and goes across the whole planet on the one that we just saw. So let's go back to it right here. It's the same kind of setup. Maybe the moon is offset a little bit more. It's not out in front, it's trailing down below or behind it now, the Nibiru object, but hopefully there you guys can see it. And somebody in the chat, whoops, come here you guys. Sorry, I got you all messed up there. Somebody in the chat, let me know if you can see that, if you can see this object, if you saw what I was talking about in the other one. And let's pause it right about here. Here's our dark black round spheroid object. This is the plasma of this is the conduit of plasma it's reaching out. This is a big wide patch of plasma that's ripping off the sun. Look at this. This object is bigger than the sun. The sun is the size of that round circle. As we kind of see right about here, it's getting sideways with it, or parallel to it. Then it starts to pull away. And you can see this round, cut off black backside to it right there. I think it's this frame right about here is where you can see the plasma is acting like lightning, kind of still latched onto the back of this as it pulls away. Howdy, folks in the chat. Yes, you can see it? All right, cool. I was hoping the camera angle was dark enough, light enough. All right, so let's put this back into motion here again. Maybe I'll slow it down now for some people so you can really watch it. Just see the moon traveling along with it. There's one that's right below it when it comes out, down in this area of it. Right there. And then there's a secondary blast that comes out of here. This is another moon that's trailing that thing. And then there goes another something big with the moon. So we're having some big objects interact with the sun right there today. All right, enough of this. Let's go over here to the space weather. We'll come back to that in a little bit. Here's your closed X-ray flux for the day. Oh, come on. There we go. Alright, you can see we've had this big spike today. This is our event. It doesn't show any like the secondary or third ones. I don't know how much I trust this instrument anymore. But anyways, there it is. We have one sunspot going beta gamma. What I wanted to see was the tracker. See, they show the CME going off in the other direction. As the things approach, that latches out to them. Now look at the angle. This one's going off. Ours came off the side going this way. Interesting. Maybe they're picking one of the three blasts, the one that went that way to show or something. Because there were three different separate blasts today from the sun. So here's this first one. Boom. The second one right here. There's a third, but that's what I count as the third. So there should be three spikes on this graph, or three different blasts. So it's just kind of pick and choose what they want to show you, I guess. Anyways, there was that. Let's move on over here to the Schumann. Come on, Schumann. You were just showing just a minute ago. All right, there it goes. All right, so we had the inbound, wave that came in. About 6 hours later, it caused a small screeching event. But if you look after it, our green line is just nice and vibrant and strong. It's doing pretty good right now. So I don't care for this commercial on the screen. All right, not much to see, but we did have a screeching event, like a little double stab at the brakes, bing, bing, right there. But when we came out of it, it was nice and strong and still kind of going. And we still got another batch coming in tomorrow. That was the one with the eye. This inbound tomorrow, you guys. So I'm not sure what to expect to see tomorrow. Could be pretty scary. Anyways, we moved on to that. Let's check out our earthquakes. There was a really deep one by Taiwan. No, by North Korea the other day. that was interesting. Here's our 5.1 at 128 today. This big one here. Little. There's our deep activity, the 4.3. That's at 563. What's this one? 4.5. All right. What I wanted to kind of point out was over here. Check out the Wanda Fuca right here on the fulcrum points. 3 of them. Bang, bang, bang. Let's kind of go in. Here's the fulcrum point. Boom. There's your quake. Here's another fulcrum point. Boom. There's a quake. Here's where the 2 join together and meets land. So we had like a 3-way quake today. Let's go through them real quick. This is a 3.3 at a depth of 10. This one was a 2.9 at a depth of 10. The one that hit land was a 3.2 at a 0.05 or a 0.5, negative 0.5. So it even kind of pushed inland to the valley with a 2.7. This is out kind of south of me there. It's a 2.9 out by Walker, California. The one, oh yeah, it crept down here. There was one, yeah, that's the one. This was just recent. This was red when I first started a little while ago. It's a 3.1 down below California. Something in Texas. But what I wanted to kind of show you is this one right here on the Cocos plate. Here is our fulcrum point, 3-way fulcrum point with our quake right here. 4.6 at a depth of 10, so there's release going on right here at this point where these, where this junction, this little intersection is right here, this little junction where this plate comes up against these 2 plates right here. Okay, and then what was the other one I was looking at? A few here on South America. Let me pull back and look around. Oh, up here at our point, we've had come on, let me have this one. There it goes. A 5.0 up here on the peninsula at a depth of 10. A 4.8 at a depth of 10, and just right off of there is a 4.5. So a lot of this energy has come up to the system, made it to this fulcrum point. It gets pinched off like a garden hose, and it comes out a little lower than it came in. And it came out at a 4.5 range, a little 2.8 along the way. Up in here, nice and quiet, just some small ones, but it seemed to have put pressure over here on the Wanda Fuca and a little bit here on the 3-way junction. Okay, we're good with that. Now, what was this one I had set up? Oh, this is all the fires. Just wanted to show you South America. Still got a lot of fires going on there. Or South Africa and South America now here. A lot of fire activity right below the equator here for both continents right here. Even Madagascar, you can see Madagascar. Let me slide it over a little bit better. So, something going on, heating event going on down there. And then, to the forecast. So, this inbound energy will affect the next couple of days, right? We have that stuff from the 5th coming in tomorrow. So here we are, midnight September 7th. So there's your midnight September 7th. Let's start going forward. That's morning of the 8th, noon of the 8th. There's the end of convection on the 8th. With this inbound energy or whatever, expect to see this pop up a little harder and this a little harder than what they're showing. This might be a little bit more congealed and have a stronger storm than what they're expecting or what they're showing there, just because of the energy that came off the sun not being included in this model. I don't think they're aware of it yet. So, and that's the nighttime of the 8th. So it blossoms even from here down in Texas, from the end of convection into the nighttime, kind of backwards, but it still pops up even more at nighttime. So nighttime thunderstorms down in Texas, Louisiana area tomorrow night. All right. Now back to where we were. The morning of the 9th. That's noon. The end of convection on the 9th. Here's these pop-ups along the East Coast again. I'd watch that. That could be possibly stronger. There's nighttime of the 9th, the morning of the 10th. So we have inbound energy on the 10th. There's the noon. Come on, give me the next one. There's the end of... Great, all these little pop-ups where I'm trying to do my thing. All right. Here is the end of convection on the 10th when this inbound energy is coming with this bigger object. Expect this probably to congeal into a bigger storm or be more organized, possibly stronger than what they're predicting. Same over here. That, it actually cauliflowers and blossoms even more at nighttime in here in Kansas. So I'd watch out Kansas on September 10th because we know that there's storm already predicted and more inbound energy that's due to affect it. All right, went a little fast there, sorry. That's noon of the 11th. Here's the end of convection, September 11th. Kind of spread out and everything. It's looking better a little bit. There's the nighttime of the 11th, blossoming down here in Texas again. So I'd watch out. This could be stronger too. All right. Now, anything really after here, going into the 12th, that's noon the 12th, is kind of non-predictable because we don't know what added energy from the sun could be added to this. So we're just going to kind of go through this, whatever they have. I'm going to focus more on this storm right here. You guys watch your pop-up thunderstorms through here on the night of the 12th. That's the morning of the 13th, noon the 13th, already blossoming at noon on the 13th in this area. It forms a low and actually starts to have a little tail with pop-ups coming down in there now. That's the end of convection, September 13th, and this thing winding up like a top. Boom. That's the nighttime of the 13th. There's the morning of the 14th. Look at all this pop up in New York. Boom, boom. This could all be a lot more severe than what it's going to show, because I have a feeling something might pop off on the 10th that will affect the 13th. Anyways, we're just a feeling. But here we go. This is pretty bad right here. This is the morning of September 14th right here. This thing's winding up and it's pushing this low. It's influencing this. There's going to be bigger pop-ups through New York and stuff, and back through Wisconsin than this is showing. Boom. Then it pushes through in the morning or the noontime. Winds up a little more convection up here at the 14th. There's the nighttime of the 14th. Then these blue or congeal together into one storm at the morning of the 15th. Then it makes kind of an approach noontime the 15th night. That's the end of convection on September 15th, making what looks like a landfall type situation here up in Maine and New Hampshire and stuff. So we keep going. Boom, makes landfall look at Nova Scotia kind of. Boom, and then up and through and out. Most of the nation stays pretty clear during that event. Notice how it kind of sucks all the weather over into this too. So it all congeals together, and then the rest of the nation goes pretty clear while this thing winds up and moves on out. All right. still mostly clear. Some pop-up thunderstorms in the afternoon in the midsection here, but that's not too much to report. The very last frame shows this way up here in Puget Sound, but that'll all change. It's way far out there. It's September 23rd. That September 23rd will be the 6-year anniversary for the star alignment with the woman and the dragon when all this started. Okay, so there's all your forecasts. We covered the fires, the earthquakes. We got to go back and just let this play for a minute and let your heads wrap around this a little bit more. Let me do some zooming, some focusing. Let's get it right in your face for you there. Look at all the plasma the second one took with it. Wow. Yeah, there's another ghostly one hiding in that. But what a perfect display we got. No deleted data. Finally a good pass where we capture it nice and clean and not deleted. Look at how it just takes all that plasma with it and just rips it away. Kind of don't know what to say, except praise God. What a sign in the sun that when He shows signs in the sun, you can tell that's God's hand at work right there. Wow. You guys like it faster or slower? Maybe we could speed it up. Why the chat stalled? Oh, I don't know why the chat stalled. There's some people there. I see some regulars. Yeah, go ahead. You guys can chat away while I just kind of let this play for a minute. Let your head wrap around it. There's it, slow motion. Then I'm going to speed it up a little bit. Then you can see the shock waves spread around the object when it goes by. Speechless, kind of. A little nervous too because I've seen this object before. I know what comes with it. Wow. Yeah, it's good to see some of the people here in the chat. I know I'm so busy reporting, I really don't interact with my chat very much. See, Red Scout, Tiger Eye, Jimmy Satterfield's here. All right. Well, cool. Shout out to you guys. Thanks for coming by. I'm kind of late night type of guy. I can't really do this during the daytime. I got other things going on. And then when I do get a chance, I try to bring you what I can and what I find we have today, because that should send shivers down your spine a little bit there. What's coming? So my audience, you're the elite. My prayer warriors out there, start praying, because we're gonna need prayers for everybody. And endurance. Everybody keep hearing the word endurance. So just be strong and keep enduring it. Keep going out there and fighting for the Lord. That's what we were going to do. So back to this wake-up call one. Oh, probably going to have a commercial. Can't just go back to my own video without an ad, please. Oh, good.
Welcome back, folks.
Yeah.
Okay. You'll see it cause a third, and that's not all, because behind that is this big object right here. This is what's causing our flares. Here's a conduit of plasma that is sucking off of our sun.
Just seeing if the tint can help you guys. Can you guys see this one too? Maybe that's good right there. You see this big round black object right here? The plasma is reaching out, hitting it, and then spreading out its little circles like a damage ring. And you can see the plasma is illuminating the front side and bending the light. It's actually taking the light and bending it over this object, draping over it. And this was on September 10th of 2017. That'll be, September 10th is 3 days from now. So that'll be the, yeah, you saw the face. Yeah, there's a face in there as well. But coming up here soon is my 6-year anniversary with the beginning of all this back on September 10th of 2017. And this is 13 days before the Revelation 12 star alignment. This lines up with the dragon of Revelation happening. It says the dragon stood before the woman. Well, 13 days before the woman stood in the sky, right? That alignment stood in the sky. This stood next to the sun, boom, on 13 days before. And the Lord showed me this, and that's how I know this is authentic. And everything has been a spiritual warfare ever since. So there's the Nibiru and Nemesis that showed up on September 10th of 2017, which will be 3 days from now. That'll be 6 years ago. And we're having a similar type event going on right now in that time frame of September. And now we'll slow it down. Let's see here. Takes a minute to reload. Ooh, that one you could see a little bit better. Here we go. Wow. And I know that we're not getting all the data and everything, but the data we are getting is painting quite the picture, isn't it? Wow. And that'll be this is the energy that'll be hitting us the 10th. And like I said, this crazy event right here with this eye, I don't even know what to call this event. Here, let's tint out this eye thing again if we can, because this one was pretty crazy too. That's probably good enough. Oh, I scooted over a little bit right there. Move this out of the way. Alright, give me just a second here. I want to see if I can tint this eye so you get to see the iris and everything in it. Get this light out of the way. Alright, that is what's due to hit us tomorrow. So don't be surprised if you see a big eye in the clouds watching tomorrow, because there's a big eye that's arriving tomorrow. Can you see it? Now let's bring the tint back. That's a three-dimensional eye. That is not just a trick of the camera. This has three-dimensional qualities. Here's a wrinkle of skin that's naturally around an eye and a brow. Then the eye structure. There's a perfect pupil. All for all that stuff to line up, the odds are very, very high for a perfect eye shape like that. I mean, if you're an artist and you try to draw an eye, it's very hard to get the proportions just right. And that is a three-dimensional eye right there. That is due to hit tomorrow. Okay, so we got that tomorrow. And then this on the 10th. Everybody needs to be strong and secure in your faith, because this could possibly rock the world pretty hard. And when I say that, that's why I always bring up this video here. Whoops, why is it way back there now? And we'll kind of close out with this, because this is what's going to bring you strength and hope and wait, it's already playing. Howdy folks, welcome back. So I know there's a lot of activity going on the sun, but I really don't feel like reporting on that stuff right now. Actually, I want to go back and revisit an event that happened earlier this year, 2020, around Easter, when I captured what appears to be Jesus in the clouds here. So I need you to tilt your head to the right about 45 degrees, and here's an eye, his other eye, his nose, his mouth, his chin and beard, his hair flowing back like this, and you can make out a crown up here above his head. That crown is hovering over his head. There seems to be almost a little halo around his head too. And once you see that image, then we can zoom in just a little bit tighter. There you go. Okay, and this event happened over a course of about an hour, and I got a lot of pictures of it. See, if we go up above here, you can see all these pictures up from way over here going across, or all of this event, and I'm going to show you more of what happened here. Okay, here I've taken about 7 or 8 of those pictures and put them together in a flip book, and you can see the different images, and that this event, is taking place here, because there's more that happens here. Okay, so starting here, we're going to go forward a little bit here through a lot of these images, all the way to right about here, where you can see that this face has changed now. Now we're seeing a more round, like lion type face with the nose right here. Here's an eye coming out here, an eye going that way. Here's its mouth slit, the chin going down here. So this round face right here with a crown still above it. Now I'm going to go through and show you the flip book where it changes from Jesus to this lion face. Okay, now we're here at this image right here. This is a flip book of about maybe 15 or 20 of those pictures, and it's the transition between Jesus's face and the lion face. Now this happened in the clouds, and it was so big and in your face you couldn't see it. It wasn't until I took these images and zoomed out and compressed them. You didn't zoom in. They're too big in your face. You have to zoom out to see the eye, his nose, his mouth, his chin and beard. That happened. Oh. All right, let's leave it right there with that image for you guys. All kinds of signs are happening, revelations happening every day. So I need you guys to understand that's a 2,000-year-old prophecy come true on Easter right there. This is a real event. I captured it with my cell phone. I squeezed off like 400, 500 pictures of the whole event. And this is the middle part where it went from Jesus to that lion face. All the birds went crazy. There was a warm wind when this happened. So This is that's why I keep showing this. This is the most important information we've had in the last 2,000 years. This is a 2,000-year-old prophecy come true right here. So I just trying to give you guys some hope, give you guys a foundation of faith that's so strong that you know your prayers are being heard. You know that there's another spiritual dimension, that Jesus is real, that he's here, he's in the clouds. His crown signifies power, great glory. It's the real thing. It happened on Easter. I mean, that should scream volumes. That's why I always kind of close with this image, is to give you guys solace, peace, even though this is kind of scary. But, know the word, stay in your Bible, stay strong, bless each other, help each other, do unto others as you would have done unto you. It's not that hard to figure out, and we'll survive. I guess that's it for tonight. I gotta go because I'm getting tired and I'm running low on battery again here. So, one last thing I think I could show here is there was faces in the clouds I was showing you here. Where was this event? I might have to play this one real quick because we might have a similar event happen tomorrow with this. I think some of my viewers have seen this one already. I don't have very good sound for this one.
Okay, this lady is highly intelligent.
Here, I'll play this part.
She recognizes what's going on here, and what she did is she sped up the sound. She sped up this video 2 times because stuff is happening in different dimensions and slow motion. So when you speed things up, you start to see the activity even clearer. So here we go.
Okay, so I wouldn't be, I pray that doesn't happen, but as you can see, it already has happened, and I've heard rumors that it's been happening to some capital cities, kind of like what I was talking about before. So with this inbound energy that's coming and the spiritual nature of it, it wouldn't surprise me if we saw some kind of event like this. Pray that we don't, but this is activity that's already happening. This is a couple of years old. This is what happened right when Nibiru and Nemesis flew by. This event happened. Okay, and now when this thing's coming back, I'm going, hey, maybe something like this could happen again. I better warn everybody. Let's pray it doesn't. Okay, but I'm here to just show you that there's someone out there. There's a hero. Jesus is real. Okay, and I think that's about it for tonight. Can you guys think of anything else I should talk about or show? You've been called a devil from the dawn of time. Yeah, I get that too. They don't understand. Whoops, wrong one to go to. That's for later. Anyways, let's we'll leave it at this right here for you guys, to give you guys strength, hope, courage, and maybe you can share this with others and win some hearts and minds because it's going to be happening here soon anyways, so you might want to get on board before it's too late. Anyways, I think that's it. I love you guys. I miss you all. And until my next live stream, bye.